Welcome back, guys, to episode 18, I believe, of my Final Fantasy X playthrough. As you can see, you're in a slightly different position. We're not by Seymour, who's made a little nest in Sin, because off the recording, I've been playing loads of Blitzball, in part because I've now realised, since I've got Whacker's attack reels, I can also get status reels and get other cool bits and bobs from playing the tournaments and the league and stuff like that. So I've been playing a lot of Blitzball, really enjoying it. I won't go on a massive tangent about how cool Blitzball would be if they made a remake, but obviously it would be. It'd be absolutely amazing, and I would probably buy it as its own separate released game, like FIFA or something. But anyway, enough of that. What we're going to do today, well, because I was a bit hungover yesterday, it's Sunday as I'm recording this, and normally I record on Saturday and Sunday. It's possible that there'll only be one episode. This will be the only episode released in the week that I release it, which is this week coming. But you don't need to worry about that because, it's a different time, isn't it? And no one's watching live. But yeah, this could be the only episode released in the week that I release it. I might be able to squeeze two in, so just be prepared. There won't be the usual two getting dropped in the week potentially. But anyway, what I want to do today is I want to fight Seymour and get as far as I can in the story. But I also do want to pop back to the Calmlands, because a couple of people have said there's some lore that would be worth looking at. So I think someone mentioned like it's in the cave that I didn't go in, so I want to go and check that out, and then I'm going to come back here and take on Seymour. Is it the fourth time we fought him? Surely this is the last time now. It's getting pretty close to the end game, right? So that's the plan. What have I been thinking about? So I mean, there's not much left to predict and theorise over, I suppose. But I mean, there's a couple of things I at least want to talk about, which I don't think is that important as far as the story goes. Maybe it is, I don't know. But well, actually, I think it is. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So I keep on coming back to there's one thing actually that I sort of want to go. I think I want to go back on I didn't really predict it. I said, maybe it's true. The whole idea of the Faith and Ghost Kid betraying Yuna and Tidus and the party at the last minute, like how cool that'd be. I'm sticking to it would be incredibly cool if, and I really hope it's true, that it's the last minute betrayal by the Faith. That'd be epic. That'd be one of the best sort of betrayals or twists in game history. But alas, the more I think about it, the more I don't think the Faith is betraying us, just because of the way this game is and the way things are said and delivered. There's always a degree of conspicuousness to characters that might be a bit dodgy. Obviously, as soon as Seymour came off that ship in episode 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever it was obvious that he was giving sort of bad guy vibes. Same with Maester Keenock, Auron even sort of explicitly said, what's up with that. So, and this is a bit of a shaky ground for saying they're not betraying, but just how the whole game has gone. Generally, if there's some characters that are a bit dodgy, the game gives you a fairly big sort of wink and a nod saying these guys are dodgy. But also just that Faith speech that Ghost Kid said back when it was revealed that Tidus is a quote unquote dream. Just what he said sounded very true, and I'd be astonished. Like I said, we're really tired. We've been dreaming for best part of 1,000 years, etc., etc., etc. So the more I think about it, I just don't think the game's going to sort of pull that rug out and go, aha, actually we're not tired, we're absolutely fine, or we are tired, we're going to grit our teeth because we're that faithful. So I don't think the Faith are gonna betray Yuna. I do hope they do. I do hope they do, because I think that would be cool, and you could definitely make that work in the story. Just like the sheer power of these sort of true believers, and you could even sort of swing it so that like when Faith get too tired, like new Faith are created and they're swapped in and da 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 da. But also it doesn't. It would have to be sort of almost for that to be true, like for the Faith to betray Yuna and the party. The game would almost have to do like almost a cheap lie to make that work, because there was that whole scene when we're coming down from Mount Gagazel, or on the top of Mount Gagazel, wherever it was, I think it's just after we defeat Seymour. There's that whole scene where I later realised was well, I mean, I still could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Yu Yevon summoning all those Faith and Lulu or whoever it was saying, "Oh my God, someone's doing a huge summoning here." That would have to be almost like a deliberate lie, almost on the game's behalf, to suggest. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't necessarily actually, because the Faith might be wanting the Yu Yevon to summon them, and they can't wait to betray. So I suppose it could still work, but I'm just erring towards like it's not a betrayal, unfortunately, which I think is, you know, would be really cool. And they are trying to help Yuna. But like, if that is the case, then I'm not entirely sure what they were getting at. I went on my classic thinking walk today, and so like, and I haven't even bothered writing anything down, so it's all going to be very confused spiel as it usually is. So apologies for that, but hopefully you can glean some meaning from it somewhere. So if they're not betraying, it would be a lot easier in my mind if they were betraying, because then what the Faith kids said and what Yuna said on top of the airship would be a lot more simpler in my mind. But I don't think they are, because I don't think that's just this. It hasn't got the right spirit and vibe, as I said. So if they're not, then why did? And I wanted to go back and watch that scene again before I started recording, but I totally forgot. So I can't remember exactly what Yuna said in that scene, but that scene was obviously important. The game wanted you to just pay attention to what Ghost Kid said. Oh, like, you've really got promise you'll use us. And I think it's definitely got something to do with Yu Yevon controlling the Aeons. Like I was saying in the previous episode, like, I don't actually want to use my Aeons against Yu Yevon, because he's going to take control of them like he does with the final Aeon, right? And then use the Aeons against us. So I think it's something to do with that, and I think the Faith, like Ghost Kid, who's and someone in our comments said, because I said this in the early episode, but just to clarify, I know that Ghost Kid is Bahamut's Faith. It's just I call him Ghost Kid because I think it's a fun name. But yeah, no, because you see him fly into Yuna, and then you get Bahamut after Bavel Temple. So like, I understand that. I just like calling him Ghost Kid. So Ghost Kid wants us to use him and the other Aeons, like Valifor and stuff like that. I can only assume because they know Yu Yevon's going to take control of them. But then that's a bit harsh on Yuna. So I can only assume that like they want us to defeat them in battle, but that doesn't make sense, right? And again, this is where I'm really confused, and so I'm looking forward to finishing the game so I can get some clarification on this, because it comes down to Ghost Kid's Bahamut faith and his weird interlinking between the Aeon faith that we have locked into the Aeons, or rather, so just as I told you, I was going to sound really confused the way I talk about it. But so how the summoning of the faith works, as I understand it now, is that for the Mount Gagazet faith, who are sort of summoning the Dream Aeons Anakin, their faith that are trapped somewhere on Mount Gagazet, and you Yevon's drawing from them to summon Dream's Anakin from their faith minds. Again, needless to say, guys, no spoilers. Don't confirm or deny this. Just keep your lips sealed as always. And so that's how the summoning of Dream's Anakin works. So equally, and Auron said this episodes and episodes ago, the faith for the Aeons are trapped in the statues at the temples. Ghost Kid is trapped in the statue at Bavel. Whoever is the faith for Valor 4 is trapped in whatever was that Besaid temple was Valor 4, etc., etc., etc. So they are separate faith. They are separate faith, and Auron did say they are trapped in the statues. And unless Auron's just wrong, which is a massive red herring from the game, which is a bit annoying, which is possible. Unless Auron's wrong, the faith are trapped in the statues, right? So I can't get my head around how Ghost Kid knows is the faith of Bahamut, but is also speaking like he is a faith on Mount Gagazet, saying, "Oh, we've been dreaming for so long." Da, 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 da. And I think I said something along the lines of last episode. Oh, the only way I can swing it in my mind, if it isn't like a loophole, like an inconsistency in the writing of the game, is that he's some representative of all faith. But that still doesn't quite make sense how he's if their fireflies that make up their faith are like trapped in the statue, so their metaphysical nature is trapped in the statues in Bavel Temple, Besaid Temple and stuff like that. How is Ghost Kid, who is the faith of Bahamut, how is he part of the Mount Gagazet faith that are really knackered and been dreaming for 1,000 years and I've known you for a long time, etc., etc., etc. Like all that speech that he said. I'm not clear on that still. I don't think I will be till the end of the game. If ever. So, yeah, I'm confused about that. And I've gone off on another tangent, because what I initially started off with talking about, I can only assume if they're not going to... Let's go back to what I was saying at the start, which was if they're not going to betray Yuna, but they want Yuna to summon against Yu Yevon, knowing that Yu Yevon will take control of them, there's only one possible explanation, is that they want Yuna to defeat the Aeons, right? But this is when the logic doesn't make sense, given what I know about the mechanics of the game throughout, is that when you when you defeat an Aeon in combat, whether it's Yuna's Aeons being defeated or an opponent's summoner's Aeons being defeated, like they just sort of get knocked out. They sort of get KO'd, and they disappear, and they go back to the. I assume now that I've been thinking about it, like they go back to the statues in their respective temples. So like Bahamut's defeated in combat, and he sort of fades away. And I think also, am I right in thinking you see sort of the fireflies that make him up, as the same with fiends and stuff like that, sort of float away because they create the material Aeon that is Bahamut. But the Faith, which might actually be one of those fireflies, maybe, that'll go back to Besaid Temple. They must travel really fast if that's the case. But they're on a different sort of plane of existence, sort of, aren't they? Maybe. So maybe they've got like wormholes through space. They can get straight back to their temples really quickly, faster than light travel. Anyway, that's not that important. Although now I'm thinking about that, which we'll get onto that in a minute. I've got some physics to talk about, but yeah, I've forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah, so they're defeated. But they're not. The Aeons aren't destroyed. The Faith just go back to the Ghost Kid will just go back to Pavel's statue, right? And so I was thinking, so maybe. So initially I was thinking, okay, if it's not the Faith betrayal that I was getting really excited about last episode, then it's they want Yuna to summon the Aeons, so that Yu Yevon will take control. So that we'll defeat the Aeons, and then sort of free the Faith that way. But that doesn't make sense. So I can't see how it's that, because previously during the game, whenever an Aeon is defeated, it doesn't release the Faith. The Faith is still trapped. It's still chained, as it were, metaphysically chained to the statue or whatever stone they're locked in each temple. So if that's what the Faith were hinting at, it will also just be much easier. But obviously, it's a plot contrivance, it's a script contrivance. They don't really tell you all the story because it's cooler to reveal it bit by bit. And I'm fine with the little plot contrivances. I think in reality, if the Faith were on your side, they'd just sit Yuna and Tidus down, and Auron, because Auron's dead, and I think he might be able to see the Faith as well. But sit Yuna and Tidus down, like, right, here's all the facts. We want you to summon us so you can do this. But obviously, like, that's not as cool in terms of, what's going to happen next? So I accept that writing contrivance. But what I'm struggling with is, like, if that is their plan, I can't think of any other alternatives. Either they're betraying us, or they want us to destroy them in combat when Yu Yevon controls them. But I don't see everything we've done throughout the game. We've never destroyed an Aeon. So what's different about this final battle that allows us to release the Faith for the Aeons? Like, it would make more sense, right, that we. And so I'm obviously missing something. Either something hasn't been told to me yet, and that'll get told to us like during the fight against Yu Yevon, or right after we've defeated Yu Yevon. I mean, that's a massive assumption. I'm assuming we're going to defeat Yu Yevon. It's that sort of game. It's going to have like a happy ending. Well, with the exception of Tidus, he's almost certainly going to die or disappear, whatever he does. I'm assuming we're going to defeat Yu Yevon, so maybe we get told during that fight. Or after that fight when things are all wrapping up. But I don't see how we're going to free the Aeon Faith. And another thing that makes me think it's less to do with the Faith betraying us and more to do with the Faith wanting to be released from servitude as Aeons, is that it's Ghost Kid that says it, and he's got this weird, potentially scripting-wise dubious link as both Aeon faith and the Mount Gagazet dreams Anakin faith, that he's really tired. So I assume it's not just Mount Gagazet faith that are tired, it's like all the it's all the Aeon faith that are tired as well. Yeah, but I don't understand. I can't see the mechanism through which, by defeating the Aeons, we're gonna set them free. It would make more sense to me is that we defeat Yu Yevon, and then in the sort of the game wrap up, the party go and destroy, maybe even like cutscene or whatever, go and like rip down the statues in the temples and physically destroying the statues or stones or whatever they're trapped in. That releases the faith. Maybe doing some sort of like summon a prayer over them as well. That makes sense, but I don't understand the mechanism through which defeating them will like help in any shape or form. The other explanation is that Yu Yevon doesn't take control of the Aeons, and Ghost Kid wants us to use the Aeons in the fight against him because through the power of Yuna and the spirit of the party, they are able to sort of glom together in some sort of, if you're familiar with Power Rangers, some sort of Aeon Zord. That would be cool. I would love to see that. And that potentially does make sense because, if Yu Yevon, who's obviously sort of super powerful, if Yu Yevon's able to craft Sin, at least the external part of Sin, out of just, a recycled previous final Aeon, and then, as I was theorising last time, Fireflies, which from what Micah says, I think I'm more and more certain that that's definitely what he did, at least originally. If he can do that, then it is possible to just sort of create sort of massive, bigger things out of smaller constituent parts. So that's the third option. So option one is faith betrayal, which I still think would be the coolest one, like a real like oh shit moment. Or it's number two. Second option is that they want units to use them, knowing that Yu Yevon take control, and then through some, in terms of the game mechanics we've been showing so far, dubious way, by Yuna defeating them in combat, that frees the Aeons, which I won't go into that again because I've just been talking about it, but like that feels a bit dodgy to me. That'd be a bit of a contrivance. So unless I've missed something, which maybe I have, or I haven't been shown something yet, that's probably like the least satisfying option. Third, which is the most zany one, but would be pretty cool, is that the Aeons form together using their own will and Yuna's will and power, form together to create some sort of Aeon Zord, and Yu Yevon is unable to take control of it. Maybe even combining with Tidus, and maybe that's how he becomes his own version of the final Aeon. That would be cool. I sort of want that to happen now, the more I think about it. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. That's what I want to talk about. I know there's a couple of other things, but I need to pause it because I need to try and remember what the hell they were. Oh, that's right. Now, I can't remember in what sort of chronology my thought process went through when I was thinking about this. It was sort of jumping all over the place. So unfortunately, you're going to get another load of confused bollocks as I say this. But like, I think I was just sort of vaguely thinking, so I wonder if Tidus and therefore Jecht has a soul, right? Because so he's been called, oh, you're a dream. Obviously, it's not like a proper dream because he is sort of tangible, but like he's come out of the dream Xanakin, which has been dreamt up by the memories and thoughts of the Mount Gagazet faith. Yeah, and I was thinking, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, so what is? And then I started thinking, so what is Jecht and what is Tidus? And I think last week or maybe the week before, like maybe 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes, between 1 and 3 episodes ago, I was talking about how conceptually I don't think in the game there's any direct evidence for this. So I'm just thinking sort of just conceptually, just analysing the game for all its themes and concepts. I personally view Tidus as sort of like a water nymph, water spirit, and he's there to shine like a light, as it were, because Tidus, and we were talking about what Tidus means in Japanese, meaning like sun, I think, doesn't it? So yeah, he's like this sort of like water spirit here to shine a light on evil and blah, blah, blah. See the previous episode when I was banging on about that. But then I was thinking, okay, so that's conceptually how I view him, but in terms of like the actual lore of the game, like what is he and where does he come from? Well, he comes from this dream Xanakin, which, as I decided in the last episode, I think is a physical place somewhere out in unexplored Spira. And then that made me just everything like, and what I'd just been talking about for the last 27 minutes or so, that was revolving around, oh yeah, what Ghost Kid has said to us, and then it always revolves around. So many of my thoughts in the sort of more recent episodes have revolved around that speech that Ghost Kid gave to us, saying, "Oh, like you're a dream," and it was a war between Pavel and Xanakin, like when he passes out on Mount Gagazet. And I was going back to thinking about that, and I was like, okay, so Ghost Kid is saying, this happened like 1,000 years ago. And then he said, oh, I've known about you, words to this effect, for a long time, a long, long time. So I was thinking, okay, well, so, and previously, I sort of said that, oh, like I don't think Tidus ever existed. But I still think, well, maybe it's a bit more sort of complex than that, because Dream Xanakin is based on the memories and thoughts of the faith. This is how I was thinking about it. So like Dream Xanakin is based on the memories and thoughts of the faith. So it makes sense that when they first started dreaming, they probably, and this is like over 1,000 years ago, they probably dreamt up Xanakin, but then at least a lot of the people in Xanakin, because it seemed like quite a heavily populated space, and I don't know how many Gagazet faith are up on Mount Gagazet. Probably not like thousands and thousands and thousands, but maybe let's say hundreds anyway. They're not going to be able to, remember every single person. They'll like remember their like family and loved ones and friends. So it makes sense that when Yu Yevon first started summoning Dream Xanakin, that it was populated by the not dreams, although I know they call it dreams, but like the memories of the faith made tangible. But that was like best part of 1,000 years ago now. So then I was thinking, okay, so I don't think I think I was sort of right when like a few episodes ago I sort of very sort of brusquely went, oh, TARDIS has never existed. I think I was sort of right, because hundreds and hundreds of years later, there's like the memories of those people of the faith. They would have died even in Dream Zanarkand, right? Or would they? So then I was thinking, okay, so how does it work? So they started they've been dreaming up, thinking, projecting their memories of Dream Zanarkand for 1,000 years. So how does that work? Is it like they dream up Dream Zanarkand, and it's just a time loop, and once the memory, so they populate Dream Zanarkand with the memories of all their families and friends and stuff like that. But then as time goes on in Dream Zanarkand, obviously they're all going to age up. We've seen TARDIS age up, but those people, the faith, they wouldn't have. Am I overthinking this, guys? This is what I'm thinking. Those people. This is the problem, right? When you're a nerd, and I know I'm not the only one, because I've seen some of the obsessive comments in the chat, which I appreciate. So I know there are other people out there like me. This is the problem when you start thinking too much about art. And obviously the devs have done a fantastic job on this, but did they ever want or anticipate people digging this much into all the lore? It's like, well, does the faith actually work? Because if you think about it, but I mean, hey ho, there you go. Hopefully, I'm not destroying the art by thinking about this. I don't think I am. I find it enjoyable. What was I saying? Yeah, is it like a time loop? So the faith dream up Zanarkand, dream up all their family and friends, but they died at some point when their family and friends either were already dead when they died, or they died and they never got to see their family and friends age up. So as time passes in Dream Zanarkand, they're projecting a memory of their family and friends they never had. So essentially they're just making things up, right? So it starts becoming like a projected version of Chinese whispers, if you ever played that game when you were a kid. I think in America, is it called Telephone? Where you start with one person saying something and you whisper into the person's ear, and it goes round. Actually, just saying Chinese whisper, I wonder if that's some sort of, that might be a racist slur, just thinking about it. That's what it's called when I was a kid, but maybe I'm going to have to look that up. Apologies if it is. I think that's the first time I've used that phrase, Chinese whispers, for many years. Anyway, yeah, and the truth of the initial fact that was whispered into the first person's ear is distorted by the time it gets around. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's played that game, right? Maybe it's a bit like that with Dream Zanarkand. And so the older versions of the initial Dream Zanarkand population aren't actually what they were in life or would have been in life, because the faith that are dreaming of it and projecting it don't know what the actual real people look like 20 years on. And then you think, well, that's just the first generation of the population of Dream Zanarkand. So you fast forward 200 years, they've got no knowledge of who would have been alive in Dream Zanarkand. So they're literally just making it up. Unless, as I suggested a minute ago, it's like a time loop. And they just dream for, say, 20 years, and when it gets too distorted, it just resets. That's possible. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is what I started sort of banging on about a second ago, which is it's not a time loop. There's been a continuous passage of time in Zanarkand for 1,000 years. And basically the faith have sort of put, not literally, but put Dream Zanarkand on autopilot. It's like when you're playing any sort of settlement builder game or something, and you set up the basic infrastructure of your village or your theme park or whatever, and then you just sort of let time run, and you don't actually need to sort of manage it. Maybe that's what Dreams Anakin is like with the Faith. The Faith have projected the initial infrastructure and the OG population of Dreams Anakin based on their actual memories of what it looked like, and then they've just let it run on autopilot. So like, and because as my theorizing goes, as my prediction goes, it is a real place. They are tangible people, so they are like getting married, you know, having kids in reality, and so it just plays out as life would over the course of 1,000 years. And so then so in option 1, in the time loop option, Titus could be very closely based. Well, here's the catch. Titus could be very closely based on like a memory of a person that some Faith on Gagzet have had, but because it's a time loop, I would say that it would be like, and it's been over 1,000 years. It's not like a perfect one-on-one copy. It's been distorted over 1,000 years. Memories change, memories warped, like, you know, false and distorted memories is definitely a thing. You can't trust your own memory. And so over a course of 1,000 years, if Titus was initially based on a real person that existed, he could be so far from that person over 1,000 years, like the memory of him has like evolved and changed and developed, etc., etc., etc. So I think that's possible. And I think, and if it's the second option where they've just sort of created Xanakin to start with and then put it on, you know, auto management, then Titus is just literally the progression of people sort of mating and having kids naturally, with the exception, right? Because okay, so they're sort of having kids naturally and stuff like that, but does genetics and procreation work exactly the same way for projected tangible beings like Jecht and Titus's mum? Does genetics work the same way? Like, what's the biology of these people? Do you know? Anyway, I don't want to go down that route, but I started thinking about that, and I was like, do you know what? I need to actually just play the game. So, like, let's just crack on. So I stopped myself thinking about that, but I would love to think about it some more. Maybe I'll think about that a bit more for my deep dive review. But yeah, like how does that work? And I was thinking, well, maybe it's not like the same sort of genetics, and maybe like, because the Faith are like constant, they've been sort of dreaming and projecting for 1,000 years. The generations as they pass, like you get the same sort of faces and the same sort of people and versions of Titus and versions of Jecht and versions of all the other OG population of Dreams Anakin popping up in the generations, just because they're being formed from the memories of the Faith. And it's like some weird sort of face randomizer that you get in RPGs and stuff like that. But it's all based on like the same sort of seeds or stock memories of the Faith. And then I was thinking, wouldn't this be cool? Because I know I've seen, I can see the references to Dune. I've spoken about Dune briefly in previous episodes. The creators are obviously big fans of Dune. And then I was thinking back to Ghost Kid talking about, I've known about you, talking to Titus, I've known about you for a long, long time. And so one, that could be a reference to some person that Titus was originally based on in OG Xanakin. Or what I think would be more cool is in Dune, there's this whole sorry if you've already know Dune, this is boring you, but if you know Dune, you like Dune, then you enjoy people talking about it. So anyway, in Dune there's this whole order, the Bene Gesserit, and they've been secretly genetically engineering lines of humans for thousands and thousands of years, all with, because they've had like a premonition, and they have this idea, not necessarily premonition, but anyway, they believe that if they can shape genetics in a certain way, they'll end up with this sort of genetically unique individual called the Kwisatz Haderach, who they'll be able to control, but they're extremely powerful, but they can use their power to, control everyone, and that's a very simplified version. But basically, like, they have a long, very, very hyper long-term plan to genetically mold through specific interbreedings of different factions of humans and stuff like that, to breed this one individual that is extremely powerful, but that they can control. And I know the devs are big fans of Dune. I was saying, wouldn't that be cool if that was the face plan? Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but like they, in order to try and get rid of sin, they thought, right, it's going to be, and I think I vaguely mentioned something along these lines a few episodes, but I'm thinking about it a bit more specifically now, that they had the plan. It's like, right, we need to craft this individual who is going to get us out of this summoning hell forever. He's going to need to be exactly a certain type of person, who is going to gel perfectly with someone in Spira. And so we're just going to have to keep our eye on both what's happening in Spira and what's going on in Dreams Anakin, and then just try and craft this being. And then when he arrives, we don't know exactly when, because there's a lot of like random stuff, and we can't completely control who is like interbreeding in Dreams Anakin, but maybe we can nudge it here and there. When that guy's created, we can send him in Spirit, or more specifically, we're going to need him to have this relationship with his dad. So we're going to need to create his dad first, get him sent over to Spira, have the Kwisatz Haderach, i.e. Titus, have a specific relationship with his dad, which I talked about in a previous episode, etc., etc., etc. All these things have to be put into place, and then it might work. And that took 1,000 years. And then it makes sense that Ghost Kid said, I've known about you for a long, long time, because they've had him as a plan, but that specific plan for a long, long time. And I was thinking, it would also be cool if, just as I was sort of saying, maybe if time is sort of going linearly in Xanakind, and it's taken 1,000 years, and they're populating Xanakind with sort of randomized versions and hazy memories of people that actually existed, that maybe there were previous versions of the Titus Kwisatz Haderach who never quite worked. Maybe, wouldn't it be cool if, there's no evidence to suggest this, so I know it's probably wrong, I'm just nerding out now, but it would be really cool if the previous nearly the successful high summoners, or maybe one or two of them at least, were like failed or unsuccessful versions of the latest version of Titus, the previous failed versions. Anyway, so I was thinking that. And then I had a really cool idea. Now, I don't think this is actually what is happening, but I couldn't help feel very excited when I thought about it, because it does sort of fit with the universe, and it's really cool and nerdy, and I was very happy when I thought about it. But I'd be surprised if this is what the devs and the writers have gone for. But what if Xanakin, Dreams Anakin, hasn't been around for the best part of 1,000 years? What if it's down to Einstein's theory of general relativity and time dilation? Now, I've invoked some relativity in the past, And I'm not a physicist, but I am an amateur physicist, as in I enjoy reading about physics and space and things like that. So if there's any physicists out there watching this, it'd be interesting to get your thoughts on what I'm saying here. But Einstein's theory of general relativity basically sticks in gravity into the equation. And I was just thinking about it today. What if what's the order that I was thinking it in? It was, what if time has passed relatively for Dreams Anakind and Spira due to the gravitational effects of sin? So Einstein's theory of general relativity basically says time passes relative for everyone, so slower for some people compared to other people. You'll feel it pass at the same speed. You won't feel like you're traveling, like your time is passing slower for you, but other people might think that time is passing slower for you based on how fast you're traveling or how caught up in gravity you are. So if you're right near the center of a black hole, they do this really well from a sort of a semi-layman's perspective anyway in Interstellar, Christopher Nolan film, where if you've got like two ships and one's really close to the center of a black hole and another ship is, like miles away from the black hole, then the people on the ship closest to the center of the black hole, time is going to move much more slowly for them compared relative to the other people. They won't feel it, but when they come, if they manage to escape the black hole, let's say, and they come back to meet the other people who are miles away from the black hole, they'll have barely aged, whereas the people that were miles away from the black hole would have aged years and years and years and years. So that sort of thing. And I was thinking, oh my God, what if that's the case? What if there's not been any sort of time loop in Dreams Anakind? What if dozens and dozens and dozens of generations haven't played out over hundreds of years in Dreams Anakind? What if, due to sin's gravitational pull and the distortions that gravity has on time, what if... Okay, the more I say it out loud, the more it sounds totally not what is happening. But never mind. I still think it's cool. What if, for the Dream Xanakandians, only, say, 40, 50 years has passed, enough for, Jekt to grow up, and like Jekt's generation to grow up, or maybe a generation before that. Because Sin, as my sort of prediction in theory goes, Sin sort of, when he's not attacking Besaid and Kilika and all those places, Sin hangs out round Xanakind. And what we've seen from all the cutscenes is that wherever Sin comes, there's a huge gravitational pull. Like from the very first cutscene at the start in Xanakind to like the attack on Kilika, you see everything getting like ripped up into his gravitational pull. Also, he's literally got like that move, like Gravager. Like, they're saying that for a reason, right? Which makes me hold on to the tiny glimmer of hope that this may be what's happening. When he's not, so Sin has his huge own gravitational pull, and when he's not over in Spira attacking places, he's hanging out around here, around Dream Xanakind, right? I don't know why I was sort of pointing. In my mind, I forget that people aren't inside my brain sometimes. Where I was pointing, I'd projected in my mind that this. Sorry, let me pull back. I'm predicting in my mind that this was known Spira, and here was where Dreams Anakin was. So when I was doing that, I was pointing to Dreams Anakin, forgetting you can't be in my brain. So apologies for that. So Sin, most of the time, is hanging out round here in projected Dreams Anakin. So that's my theory, is that Dreams Anakin has only experienced a fraction of the time that Spira has, because they are under the time dilation effects of gravity caused by Sin being in the proximity to Dreams Anakin relative to the rest of Spira. That is cool, guys. That is cool. And like, the more we think about it, it's really cool because because then it makes sense. Ghost Kid is still telling the truth. I've known about you for a long, long time. Yeah, because you have been, like Ghost Kid and the whatever his sort of strange connection, which I don't quite get, with Mount Gagzet, the Faith have been dreaming and projecting Dreams Anakin for 1,000 years, or best part of 1,000 years. That time has passed for them, but due to time dilation, only a few dozen years, let's say, I don't know the specifics, but a few dozen years has passed in Dreams Anakin for the people living in Dreams Anakin. And so if you could observe, if you were a Faith on Mount Gagazet and you could somehow observe which Ghost Kid seems to be able to do, seems to be able to project himself into Dreams Anakin, so they can observe it somehow, they would see, according to the theory of general relativity, they would see time passing in Dreams Anakin really, really slowly compared to how time passes. Everyone would be moving really slowly. Cool. I think that's really cool. And then all the history that Tidus thinks of Dreams Anakin that he's learned will just be from the projected thoughts of the Faith implanted into his memory. Well, I don't know. Well, he was not his memory directly, because he'd have learned that from his parents. But whoever the OG population of Dreams Anakin was, their memory of Xanakin would just be the memories implanted in their projected memory by the Faith, if that makes sense. Anyway, I love my time dilation theory of Dreams Anakin, guys. I got really excited about it. I was practically skipping around the park when I was thinking about it. And I am fully aware that it's probably not what's happening, but I really like it. Anyway, right, I'm going to pause, have a drink of coffee, and then we'll crack on, shall we? Unless I can think of something else that I haven't said yet. Oh, there's another thing linked to Tidus that I wanted to talk about, and I was just thinking, and I think this is how, I think in terms of the chronology of what I was thinking about, I think maybe this is how it started off. I can't remember. Anyway, one of my earlier thoughts was just thinking about, does Tidus have a soul, right? Whether or not he's based on a single person in the past, or he's an amalgamation of a bunch of people from the memories of the Faith, or he's the product of hundreds of years of Dreams Anakin interbreeding, and it's all random, whatever. Doesn't really matter, because whatever he is his own man, as it were. He's had his own unique experiences. It's a bit like, I suppose it's a bit like if, when you think of like clones, like in sci-fi, clones are often represented, but each clone would have their own experiences. So they're their own unique person. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, like, his origins, really. But, like, he's had his own experiences. So, does he now... And as I was theorizing in the last episode, just like Aeons, just like Dream's Anakin, just like Auron, Tidus, his physical being is constructed of fireflies, fireflies, I think, right? And they are, as I understand, the free spirits, the free souls of other dead people or dead things. So before they conglomerated together to form the physical being of Tidus didn't have a soul. So now, as far as I understand, like he just came together, like there's been no evidence there's been no evidence for this from what I can see, but unless Tidus is more like an actual Aeon than I've previously thought. I'm just thinking about this now, in that Tidus does have a faith that was, you know, that's trapped in a temple somewhere or whatever. But there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence of that. So if that's the case, then that's going to be like a big reveal at the end of the game. I don't like that. Just this is most of my personal thoughts. I don't like that as much as the idea, because I think what I'm about to say is, I've in my mind, obviously this is my subjective opinion, so you can disagree. I think it would be more poetic that Tidus's physical appearance may or may not be based on someone or some people from the original Zanakind, or his physical appearance might be a random face and body generator that's just been created a bit more like how Yu Yevon created the original Sin, right? Assuming the original Sin looked sort of roughly the same as the current Sin, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But let's say it always looked like some sort of weird behemoth floating, swimming killer whale. Like, I don't think necessarily Yu Yevon based Sin's outer appearance on anything. He just sort of created that out of his, you know, sort of imagination, as it were. I think that should be more poetic that Tidus was a bit like that he's just been crafted sort of as a unique being that hadn't been before. But anyway, regardless of like what he looks like, I think it's more poetic that Tidus doesn't have any sort of faith, and he's not like an Aeon. That actually he is a bit more like how I think the original first version of Sim was, which is just like crafted from Yu Yevon's imagination, or in this case the Faith's imagination, from fireflies. And so that means he doesn't have a soul, because if he had a faith like an Aeon, then that's the equivalent of a soul, essentially, isn't it? Like, because they're a conscious spirit. And so I think what would be more poetic is that he was formed as this physical. Oh no, but that doesn't make sense, does it? Because he was born. He was born in Zanakin, so he came from his mum and dad. So, I mean, yes, I mean, this, do you know what? This really calls into question. This is what I was thinking of. I was thinking originally, right, yeah. I was thinking about Tidus and Tidus's mum. And I was thinking, well, we see Tidus's mum on the far plane. And then I was like, oh, so Tidus so they do have souls, because Tidus's mum is on the far plane, right? So she must have a soul. But then that's not necessarily correct, is it? Because the Fireflies, as I recall, are just reacting to the memory of, say, Tidus about his mum, and the Fireflies glom together to create the visage of his mum. But that's not actually his mum's soul, necessarily. I think there was something along the lines of, like, that person's spirit, i.e. Firefly, needs to have been sent, but it's not actually that spirit, that specific individual's Firefly, that comes to form the visage of the person, necessarily. So it's not actually necessarily the case that those beings from Dreams Anakin need a soul, but I think they do have a soul, and I think Tidus has a soul, because maybe this isn't the case, but I feel like this is. I don't think they're going to make you play a soulless character throughout the game. That's pretty bleak. I like to think that just Tidus, and therefore Jecht and Tidus's mum, etc., etc., they were never sort of real people in the same way as people in Spira were, but through their experiences and the love that they feel for each other and the hatred and the human experiences that they have, souls are created within them through their experiences. And then I was thinking, oh God, that's a bit bleak. What happens if you're a baby that dies right at birth in Dreams Anakin? Does that mean you don't have a soul? You don't have any experiences? Well, no, you would, but it would just be like a baby's soul. You still have experiences, but it's just very brief. It's just how a baby doesn't necessarily run around and, read War and Peace. It's not going to have the same sort of more complex experiences that someone that died when they're older has. So that still sort of makes sense. So I like the idea that Tidus came into the world, born into Dreams Anakin, and his soul was created at the moment of, I suppose, sort of, well, then you really get and you really get into it. At what point did his soul begin to form? Was it the moment of conception or birth or whatever? Who knows? We're getting too into the weeds now. But I think just him being in Spira, him having all his experiences, him falling in love with Yuna, him fighting with the party, he has got a soul in him somewhere that he didn't have necessarily when he was created in Dreams Anakin through the Fireflies. And so when he almost certainly dies at the end of this game, and the Fireflies, sort of leave him and he dissolves or fades away, or however they wish to depict it, he is leaving behind, in some metaphysical sense, his imprint on the world, not just in the memories of Yuna and the people that came to care for him, but also in the same way that people, when they die, when they get sent, they leave behind their Fireflies. I think his own experiences have created his own Firefly, his own spirit. That's what I think. And I think that's really cool. And I think, that's what I think. Anyway, right, now I am going to have a proper break, because I've been talking for over an hour again, and we're going to crack on with the game. Right, okay. So, we're not going to go and see Seymour just yet. Well, the ship's massive.
I'd like to meet Jecht before he fades away.
Oh, sound's gone a bit weird. Oh, come on, sound. I'd like to meet Jecht. Did you say meet?
When this is over, I will leave.
I assumed you would. I assumed you would.
10 years ago.
Oh, we're getting loads.
I honored Jecht's last words and traveled to Zanarkand. I plan to stay there watching over
Yep.
you. But when sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I changed my mind. Outside the dream world, life can be harsh, even cruel. But it is life. He wanted you to have a shot at life. I saw it in Sin's eyes. That's why I brought you here, to Spira.
That was cool. That was cool.
I'd like to meet Jekt before he fades
I'd
away.
like to meet Jet before he fades away. Okay, great. We're going to get some sort of cool emotional cutscene with Auron and Jekt. Good. That's interesting. Just a little before he fades away. I wonder how literal that's going to be. That also suggests that we're going to get some sort of projection of Jekt as he was in human form, from what Auron said there.
When this is over, I will leave. I have played at life too long.
It's fair enough.
10 years ago,
Okay, right, yeah.
I honored Jekt. I plan to stay there, watching over you. But when Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I changed my mind. Outside the dream world, life can be harsh, even cruel. But it is life. He wanted you to have a shot at life. I saw it in Sin's eyes. That's why I brought you here, to
Right.
Spira.
So what that sounds like is that Auron was literally... the plan was for Auron to never actually bring Tidus to Spira at all. And that he was just going to remain in Dream Xanarkand and just be like the loving uncle figure to Tidus for the rest of Tidus's life in Dream Xanarkand. But then, when Sin attacked Dream Xanarkand, he changed his mind. He saw it in Sin's eyes. He saw it in Jekt's eyes as Sin. Like, no. I know that this isn't what's best for Tidus, and Jekt actually wants me to take him into Spira. That's very interesting. And I think that was something happened to Jekt's thought process while he was Sin, because what we've seen from the previous cutscene was Jekt basically saying, I haven't really got a plan, but like I'm going to become Sin. We'll think of something, Auron. Like he said something like that, like, oh, we'll figure it out, something like that. So in those years that Jekt was Sin, there was still obviously part of Jekt around. He changed his mind. Maybe this was potentially part of the Faith's plan. Somehow they nudged him to change his mind, or they knew he would change his mind while he was Sin, to go and attack Dream Xanarkand. And I bet, here's another off-the-cuff prediction, I bet that's the first time any form of Sin has attacked Dream Xanarkand. That's how, and maybe this was part of the specific plan of the Faith, getting this, complex relationship going between Jekt and Tidus all was part of this plan. They knew Jekt was that type of person and that type of father, that type of rebellious spirit. He doesn't take any shit, also loves his son, feels guilty about leaving his son behind, feels like terrible for being a terrible father. That he would be the Sin. He would be the final Aeon turned into Sin that would turn around and go, actually, I'm going to attack Dream Xanarkand, bring the Kwisatz Haderach into Spira, and end this cycle once and for all. And Auron was part of that, because the Faith knew, or hoped at least, that Jecht would strike up this, in the end, very close bond with Auron, and that Auron would be able to tell what Sin was thinking in that moment when he attacked Anakin, and that allowed Auron to traverse Sin and get into Spira. Or not allowed him, but that gave him the idea to do that with Tidus. Cool, man. Cool. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, what is wrong with my sound cable today? Sorry, guys. Still shit. Oh no, is my sound cable dying? Possibly. Right. Okay. So we want to go to the Calmlands. How I talk to these guys?
You've proven yourself as a guardian, maybe even as the best.
No. I feel like Waka might be the best. Although he's brute force. I think we've all played our part, Lulu. Don't do yourself down, Lulu. You're pretty fucking good.
No matter what happens, I'll see this through to the end.
Well, I'd like to think so. We've come a long way. Let's talk to everyone.
Sometimes, when I got a lot on my mind, it just helps to go.
True. Wisdom oft comes from the mouth of babes.
We've been through a lot, yeah? And hey, we're not finished yet.
Indeed. I was going to say, oh, should we save? But I've just realised I haven't done anything apart from talk for an hour and 12 minutes. Right.
We're counting on you, kid.
Now we want to go to the Calmlands. I got a comment from someone an episode or two ago saying, oh, you need to search the map. I mean, that sounds like a great idea, but have I got time to do that? Does anything show up? What's this over here? Is anything at 000? That'd be cool. How do I get to 000? Won't let me. No, it won't let me. Oh, does anything show up on the radar if I hover above it? Search an area. So what's Mount Gagazet? Is this Mount Gagazet? Or is this? Hold on, where did X came up on? Oh, it's just up there. Now what is this? I'm pressing X, doesn't seem to be doing anything though. What's this here? You have to be very specific by the looks of it. Oh! Besaid Falls! What's that? Should we go there? Let's go there! Oh, cool. Whoever that is, who put that in the comment. Originally I thought, oh, that's a really, vague and useless comment, but I was wrong. Thanks very much. Okay, right. Let's go to Besaid Falls. Oh, look. Oh, excited. I'm definitely not going to get the game finished this episode, guys. I saw this. Do you remember? I think it was after I was brutally murdered by evil Valafor that I saw this when I was running across the bridge. Oh, sick. Dragoon Lance. That sounds like a cool weapon for Kamari. Yeah. Is it going to be as good as that, though? Also, someone in the comments, can't remember who, said in the battle, I don't know whether that's the battle against Yu Yevon or one against Seymour that we're about to have a sensor equipped. A sensor weapon equipped, so I am going to do that. Oh, he's got evade and counter and magic counter. I mean, he hasn't got any magic, but fuck, that is sick. Evade, oh yeah. Now, if we can get sensor and strength plus 10 on that as well. Oh, we want piercing and sensor. Let's get piercing and sensor on it. Can we do that? Oh, thank you, that person. I don't know who it is, but thank you. Yes. Now, no, that's a great example of just being vague and not saying anything more than that, but enough to go, okay, I will search the map. You're on. I know I'm very fussy about my spoilers, guys, and I'd just like to say now, thank you to everyone who's been leaving comments and have been very sensitive to spoilers. I know you're probably itching to say loads of stuff, and actually a couple of people recently have said, like, I really want to tell you about this stuff, but I can't because it'll be a spoiler. Thank you. Keep that attitude up. Thank you very much. Yeah, there was... Okay, so... There's might have to enter Brick's disciplinarium now. So there was one comment, and if you're the person that I replied to a comment saying, "Oh, like don't say this sort of stuff in the future because it's like a tiny spoiler," I'm not talking about you. You're fine. You're fine. There was a comment on like episode 15, I think it was. And I'm gonna assume that you didn't mean to be as spoilery as you were, but it was pretty spoilery. And it was like a really, really long comment. I don't have problems with long comments generally, but essentially what you've done is you just typed in just a huge comment that just had really specific, advanced, like move combinations and stuff like that. And I had to stop reading it after like a few lines because I realised there was loads of spoilers, and not just for game mechanics. Like there was also another, like in the first paragraph, you put something like found here in sin. Now, that's a big spoiler for me because you'd posted down episode 15 and I hadn't released the episode yet where I'd gone inside sin. Fortunately, I'd recorded it. So when you wrote in sin, I was already like 8-10 hours ahead in gameplay and I'd actually already recorded the episode when I'd gone in sin. But that's one of the things that I hadn't predicted, or if I had, I've forgotten about it, that we'd go inside sin and fight things inside sin. So that's like quite a big spoiler. And so I couldn't read any more after that because I was just terrified there'd be other spoilers. But also what I did is I took my glasses off, got terrible eyesight, and I just sort of scrolled down my phone and saw how long it was. But I could see that there were like really like loads of detail about how you would fight everything, I suppose, like perfectly, and that's sort of extreme backseat gaming that I don't want. Like Maybe I'm being too fussy, but I don't think I am. Like, there's sort of like there's an etiquette for like backseat gaming, isn't there, in playthroughs? Like, unless the person playing the playthrough or doing the live stream specifically says, "Please tell me about this," then just like let them play through it, because it's a blind playthrough, right? And so I was irritated about the story spoiler saying, "Oh, inside Sin," that says a lot, or in Sin. But also, part of the reason why I love this game. So first, I love this game because the story is so cool and complicated and interesting and deep. But like, second to that, I really like the mechanics, like the fight mechanics, because it's like a puzzle, right? You can take it at your own pace. You're not rushing. You're not trying to do loads of button combinations and stuff like that. You're trying to work out logically, how can I defeat this enemy? So it's like a puzzle, and that's what really hooked me into the mechanics, because it's really cool. And it's a blind playthrough, so I'm not gonna do the Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds. Do you know what I mean? It's not that. Like, I need to take my time. And there's something that this commenter said, like, I think the first line was, most players don't understand these boss fights, and then you put in brackets like the 4 different bosses. And I read that at first, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." They're going to say most players don't understand these 4 boss fights, but you did really well. But it wasn't that. It was something like, most players don't understand these boss fights. I could help you if you like, but then it wasn't a question. It wasn't if you like question mark and then wait for me to reply below saying, actually, no, it's my first playthrough. I just want to sort of get to grips with stuff. It was just like colon and then this massive like printout of like really in-depth instructions. What you've got to remember, this commenter, I can't remember who you are, but what you've got to remember, and to anyone else who's tempted to do this, like, this is a blind playthrough, and I want to keep it as blind as possible. And part of that blindness is not knowing, like, unlike a lot of you, which I imagine have played this game when you're a kid or been playing it for years, and you know all the stuff, and you know exactly which combos and which weapons and which characters and blah 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 work perfectly. I'm not that person. I'm working out as I go along. That's part of the fun. I'm not going to get it completely right. Even though, by the way, I do think out of those 4 bosses, I think there were 2 bosses that I killed first time, and I think the other 2, maybe I died. Unileska, I died twice. One of them was my own fault, so I don't even count that as a full party wipe. I know that's cheating, but whatever. And then maybe the other boss I died once or twice to. Was it Seymour I died twice to? But I haven't really struggled with any of those bosses. So when you say most players, i.e. I'm one of them, don't understand these boss fights, I understood it well enough to get through them 2 first time, the other 2, 1 or 2 deaths. I'd say I understood them pretty well. I'm just not a veteran expert who knows exactly all the combinations. So that was Brick's Disciplinarium. I appreciate that you, this commenter, I can't remember your name, have got lots of enthusiasm for the game, but please don't backseat like that, and don't put any like story spoilers. When I finish the game, I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the full comment and see if there are any other like spoilers in there, because there probably were. And I've also noticed, and I hope this isn't another naughty comment, young man, that you've also left, and I haven't read it at all, you've also left another comment on episode 1, which you left after your comment in episode 15. So I'm a bit concerned that you just hadn't watched all my playthrough, where I constantly said, no spoilers, don't tell me what to do, and just gone, I'm going to tell him everything. Like, I hope that wasn't on your mind, because that's not in the spirit of the game. Anyway, that was Brick's Disciplinarium. Everyone else, keep doing what you're doing. I love reading the comments. Yeah, this playthrough has been really good. Just sort of chatting with people in the comments and reading what people have to say. And I think at some point, right? I have got a Discord account, but I don't use it. I've never used Discord. But I'm thinking maybe at some point, because I'm probably almost certainly going to go on to play other Final Fantasy games, and I'll probably play a bit more of this at some point. People, I think it was Disrag Chang in the comments a while ago. A few people have said, "Oh, play Final Fantasy X-2," but Disrag Chan, I think what it sounds like to me, wisely said, give it a bit of a break before, like after you finish this game, before you play the sequel, because other people I've known who've really enjoyed this game go straight into X2 and they've had a really bad time. And I've also heard just like people that I've spoken to in real life say that Final Fantasy X-2 is definitely nowhere near as good as this game, which I accept because I've said it previously, but this has been a freaking great game, man. Like it is genuinely one of the best games I've played for a long time. It really is. And that's saying a lot for such an old game. It's got its flaws, which I'll get into in my deep dive video, which I'll do at some point. But it's been really good. So I'm fully expecting going into the sequel to this and probably other Final Fantasies that I'm not going to enjoy them to the same extent as this. But that's not to say I play games. I enjoy a bunch of different games. That's not to say I won't enjoy the sequel or the other Final Fantasies. But I am prepared, and I'm going into them having a lower bar of expectation. So don't worry, guys. But yeah, maybe at some point I'll sort of activate my Discord, because my channel's slowly growing, and I've had a few people on Twitch ask if I've got a Discord, but I don't think there's really much point in me sort of trying to utilise a Discord if there's going to be 3 people in it. Like, I don't know. Let me know, guys, if you think it's worth it me setting up a Discord, and maybe I'll give it a thought, because I like I'm enjoying the little community of people we've got in the comments. Anyway, I've talked so much this episode. I'm actually starting to lose my voice. I've realised I could never be a singer, aside from the fact that my voice isn't amazing, although it's not bad. But I think I have like really weak vocal cords because I love talking. I bloody love talking. Don't know if you could tell. But when I talk for extended periods of time, I start losing my voice. It's a double-edged sword. Anyway, right. I'm going to shut up for like 30 seconds. Probably, I probably won't. But we need to try and customise Kamari's Dragoon Lance. Where are we? What am I doing? I had a total mind blank there. What are we doing? We're doing customise. What was it called? Dragoon Lance. How do you bloody sort equipment into alphabetical? Do I need to go out of this menu? I tell you what, I really hope. I know people are sort of on the fence. I've talked to at least a couple of people in the comments about a remake. I think Dishrag Chan again was one of them that's very cagey about remakes. He doesn't think they'll do it justice. But, and I can see where you're coming from, but I think I said to Dishrag or someone else, what's the worst that can happen, guys? They do a really shit job and it's just a shit game, which means you don't have to play it, and you have to battle with some initial disappointment and upset that they've shat on in one of your favourite games, but you never have to play it. You can just ignore it, and then maybe they'll learn a lesson to not make remakes so shit. Or what's the best that can happen? They make a remake that is effing brilliant. They hit it out the park. It's absolutely phenomenal, and then everyone gets to experience a tour de force of gaming. I reckon it's worth a shot. I don't have the same, lifelong emotional attachment that a lot of you guys do. So obviously I'm a bit more blasé about it. But I wouldn't even say I'm blasé, because I'm really into this game. But I can just see all the places, like just little bits here and there, whether it be like in little bits of the writing, or in this case just UI usability, that would be really easily remedied in like a modern game. That's not the main reason why they should do a remake to jazz up the interface. Obviously not. Anyway, right. I said I wouldn't talk so much, didn't I? Never mind. Right. We can get sensor on it straight away. And we can get piercing. We could do these two straight away. What else can we get? Strength +3. Let's get sensor and piercing. Yeah, Kamari's got a cool weapon. I wonder what it's going to look like. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm excited. Now, has he got it equipped? I think he has, hasn't he? Sexy. Kamari, you've never looked sexier, mate. Right. I wonder if Kamari's bum is as muscly as Biran and Yankee's. I can't remember. Was it Biran or Yankee that had the really muscly bum? I can't remember. I'll be surprised because that bum was... It was happening. It was happening, guys. Right. What on earth am I doing? Is there random encounters on this tiny little outcrop? I don't think there is. Okay. Right. We'll do a cheeky little save here. I know I've got very distracted from carrying on with the story, but I thought I might as well do some extra bits because I've already interrupted the pacing of the story by ending the last episode where I ended it. So it's better to like do all the little bits now rather than fight Seymour and then interrupt the pacing of the story, do loads of extra bits, and then go and fight you, Yevon, or Jekt, or whoever it's going to be next. And also, someone said, I can't remember who, that like, make sure you do all the extra little bits that you want to do ASAP, because at some point it's going to pass the point of no return, like it does in lots of games. So I think what I'm doing is probably wise. Okay. Right, Sid.
We're counting on you, kid.
Well, you have to hold that thought, because... Oh, look, that's the airship. So this is where Besaid Falls is. So, what do you reckon? This is Kilika here? Well, we're doing... This is an opportunity for me to... Mihen Ruins. Hell yeah. Okay, right. Sick.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Yes. Little kids. Someone else commented on me commenting on how the Crusaders are... Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm there! How the that's cool. How the Crusaders are hiring kids now because they've been depleted in the ranks. And then someone commented like, oh, if you know, go back to earlier in the game, there were still kids like swinging a sword and stuff. So looks like the Crusaders were recruiting kids before they were wiped out in Operation Mihen. Potentially because, you know, life's short because of sin in Spira, and so childhood and life is looked at slightly differently and maybe a bit more sort of morbidly in Spira, which makes a lot of sense. And I was thinking it also makes sense if you look at, I don't know, military to get cadets, or the Hitler Youth, to use a terrible example. That has happened, hasn't it, in history? No, get them young. Sorry, I just picked up something sonar, but I was looking at the kids running up and down. This is cool, just finding these little bits. What I like is that it's just small bits. You don't have to go exploring and waste loads of time. Although that'd be quite cool as well, probably. But anyway, right. What was that I just picked up? Something sonar. Tetra Elemental, what's that? Fully restores HP and cast null all on party. Wow, don't even remember getting that. When did I get that? Rename card. I just won that in Blitzball, guys. I did that off recording though. Is it a weapon then? Sweet. Okay. Didn't sound like could be a Riku weapon. Oh, tit for tat. She's got counter attack as well. Sonar. Initiative poison strike. That's quite good. Though I doubt the bosses from this point on are going to be vulnerable to poison. I do like counter attack. With piercing and counter attack and her strength level, she doesn't do completely nothing in terms of physical attacks now. Okay, right, let's get back on the ship. Right, see you later, kids. Down, 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 down.
You're counting on.
Right, we're definitely not finishing the game this episode, guys. I'm having too much fun searching the map. Right, hold on. Let's just... Do you reckon this is Mount Gagazet here? Yeah, what was that? Sanubia Sands. Hold on, that doesn't look like a desert area at all, though. This looks like the desert area over here. Anyway, we found something. What did we find? Sanubia Sands. Let's go.
Yeah, here we go.
Now, before I started doing this, my initial plan, oh, sick, was to, where are the sands on the map? Was to go and do the Calmland, so I must remember that. What's that over there? Ascalon. Ascalon. Do you reckon these are all weapons that I'm finding here? That sounds like an Auron weapon, doesn't it? Nothing's going to beat this, though. Silent strike, strength plus 10, and counter attack. Okay, right, it's not. I doubt it's going to be. No. I doubt it's going to be Kamara because we've already got one for him. Yeah. What's all-rounder? Zombie strike. Oh. When did I get that? Zombie strike would be frigging good, wouldn't it? Although all the bosses are invulnerable to zombie strike, so that would be cool if I could get like a boss to go zombie, because then Yuna's got Kuraga now. She could do some serious damage. Especially boosted with focus. Anyway. Another time. Sidewinder. Ascalon. Double AP. Bit late in the game. And it's got no extra slots. I assume it's just... I can't go there. What's up there? I want to explore. Whoa! I haven't got time for this. I mean, I suppose I have, but I'm not going to bother.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Board airship. It's the final countdown.
We're counting on you, kid.
Well, count on me for a little bit longer. Right, literally, I'm just tapping X everywhere. Do you know what? We haven't. What's this over here? Do we do this little island here? I know we did the bigger bit of Besaid. Do we do this one here? Now, are these just clouds or are they mountains? What was that? Something temple. Have I discovered a new temple? Barge Temple. Ooh.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
We're going in. Okay, right. Okay, I'm scared of the music. I'm scared of the music, guys. I think... Should we save, just in case? This doesn't sound safe. I'm worried there's going to be... an Aeon. we've encountered the evil Aeons before, guys. I'm loving the atmospheric music, don't get me wrong. But I'm also scared of it. I'm starting to get sad now, guys, because I know the game's coming to an end. Maybe this is just a psychological defense mechanism, me procrastinating rather than moving on. Look at this. Oh, what? What is this? What is this place? Is this the place I was right at the start of the game? It is, isn't it? I remember all these little, like, pillar blob things on the minimap. It is. This, I don't remember the music being this cool. There's going to be random encounters any second. I feel like I remember going up these stairs. I remember this. I remember this. He remembered. No, look, we've been here before. Is anybody in the comments a big Lord of the Rings fan? I just dropped a couple of classic comments on the air, guys. He's remembered. No. The air doesn't smell quite as foul down here. If in doubt, Benny Doc Brandybuck, always follow your nose. Oh my God. Yes, we've been here before. No random encounters though, which I'm fine with. Hold on. Can we go to the side here? Hold on, Bert. Okay, is this literally the only place to go? Surely not. Surely not. Do we need to jump in the water? Okay, right. Oh! Oh.
What's up? Something here?
What's
I almost
up?
got eaten by a fiend here.
Yes!
That time.
I get the picture.
Oh,
All right, let's go.
are we gonna fight the thing? Yes! Revenge! Come on! Let's get that fucking big fish. Let's freaking go. We're gonna catch it and eat it with chips. And by chips, I mean big fat fries, not crisps for you Americans. Yes. Oh, you're in trouble now. Oh, we can't. Oh, I can't switch to Kamari. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do? Should we do Mug? Where's Mug? Oh, that's a decent chunk of damage. Stone Punch. Whoa! Who are ya? Who are ya? Yeah, evade and counter, bitch! Come on. And Whacker's got evade and counter as well. This guy is getting wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Should we do the overdrive as well for a laugh? I know I said I was going to build up and all that stuff for Seymour, but I suppose I should save it for Seymour, shouldn't I? We'll wreck it without the overdrive, it's fine. You know what time it is, guys? You know what time it is? Hold on, before we do cheer, we'll do haste. Haste ga. Yes. Revenge. Revenge. Right. Yeah, Dark Buster, Sunny Jim. He's immune, of course he's immune. What have we got here? We could use something, haven't done that for a while. Electro Marble. Deals lightning damage to an enemy. Have some of that. How much is this going to do? Barbarol, we might as well hit it, Riku. Should get some luck going. Let's get some luck going. Get those crits up. Get your crits up. Boo! Let's see if Sleep Buster works. Probably not. Go on, dodge, 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 dodge. Whee! Oh, this is great fun. I think it's so big and tough. Now we're doing cheer. Hey! Whacker's crit is going to be absolutely savage. And it's a luck number 3. Now it said Barge Temple. Does that mean we get a new Aeon? That'd be cool. What's his black magic? Drain. Don't need that. He hasn't even landed a single hit on us yet. No abilities needed. Just batter him. Is this the second cheer? I think so. I think this is luck number 4. This is cheer number 3. God, dodge, 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 dodge. He's slow AF. I think this is luck number 5. So Riku can start slamming him now. He's dead. Oh, that was an easy but satisfying victory. See, look at all the fireflies. Look at all the fireflies. Waka has learned overdrive mode Victor. We'll keep him on, I think he's on Wario. We'll keep him on that. Reflect Bangle. That could be quite useful, you know. Okay, let's just have a look. Equip. Lulu. Save your Bangle. Silence Proof is pretty freaking good, though. Auto reflect. auto reflect is freaking good though. Because often silence will come from a... Well, not often, but at least some of the time silence comes from a spell. I have to remember that. That could be useful. Silence proof is pretty frigging good though. Right. What's... Oh! Oh no, I didn't want to do that. So... hold on. Before we go through that... Well, I assume is a door, that green thing. Let's have a quick... Just a quick look around, because I don't think we've got a chance to search for chests. What is this thing on the floor? Nothing. Can't get it anyway. Oh. I mean, all the temples I've been to so far have given me an Aeon, right? Oh no, does it mean we have to do a trial? I don't want to do any more trials. Shiny. Oh, look at all, are these spheres? Look at this. This is cool. Hail to the fish god. Please let this Aeon, assuming I'm going to get one, be a giant fish. That's what I want. I want a giant fish, please. So I did something there. I wasn't paying any attention to what I was doing, but something happened. Hail to the fish frog god. I call you Frogfishma. I summon you, Frogfishma. Its killer move is Guppy, where it just goes. Okay, I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing. If I've got to light them in some sort of order. Oh, chest! Mega elixir, yes, please. Mega elixir is what I want. Whoa, what's this? 6 treasures lie within 6 temples. Open every chest within each cloister of trials, then stand before this statue to open the way to the chamber of the faith. Oh, so this is where, if I'd done all the destruction spheres. I see. I see. Well, as I understand it, every time I go back to a temple now, I have to face an evil Aeon, right? Oh, that's... So I've done 2 chests. Got it. I've got it. Yeah, baby, he's got it. I'm your Titus. I'm your fire, your desire. I understand. Well, that's the end of that. No Aeon for Tidus. Right, let's get out of here, lads and ladies. Well, we defeated the fish man, so that's good. Board ship. We'll save on the ship. Save. I'm getting quite hot now.
You're counting on you, kid.
I know, you keep saying that, Sid. Now, what's all this stuff here? This looks juicy. Surely there's something here. Oh, I can use the D-pad rather than the analog stick. That's much easier. No, we've been there already, haven't we? I think so. Right, just searching all of this. I don't think there's anything else here. What about down here? Okay, right. Battle site. Let's rock. Battle site. Is this the... Oh, we're currently at Barge Temple. Let's go.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Let's do it. Should I save? I should save after I've discovered a new place. That's probably the best way to do it, isn't it? So is this from Operation Meehan, I'm assuming? Phantom Bangle, that sounds cool. I tell you what, that's friggin' good. So she will get health, I think, because I saw it when I was adding customizing stuff last episode or the episode before. Ether is you absorb that element and it adds to your health, I think. That's pretty good. But big bosses tend to not use elemental attacks that much. It's good for in-game play. I want to explore the other bits. Okay, right. I'm not going to save until we've discovered another place. Sid,
You're counting on
boot
you,
up the
kid.
computer. So that was around here somewhere. So we'll keep on. Is there anywhere in the clouds? This must be absolutely enticing, incredible, exciting gameplay for everyone to watch here. Come on. Don't be shy. Oh, I really thought there'd be something. What's this tiny little glob of land here? Yes, nothing. Now, is this the Calmlands here, or is that green patch up north? I might do some editing here, just to cut out all the bits. Well, I'm just sitting here going. Searching. Oh! Omega Ruins. Omega Ruins. Let's go.
Yeehaw! Here we go.
What is this place?
700 years ago, a monk who defied the teachings was sentenced here.
Oh, the traitor Omega, yeah?
Omega's loathing of Yevon has turned him into a
Oh,
fiend.
shit.
They say he liked it underground, out of the light.
So he's here?
Scared?
Not a chance.
A little bit. Oh, we've got a boss coming, guys. Let's save this mother. Save. Oh, I wonder what we're going to get for killing him. Oh, random battles. Oh no, this is going to be really powerful. I'm sorry, Frogman. You will have to die. Should we get Kamari in? Kamari, scan this beast. 48,000. Elemental attacks are halved. Okay. But if I mental break it... What? It's got a little magic knife. After 4 waddles, he stabs with his chef's knife. Master Tonbury. It's my favourite enemy of the game so far, man. His counter-attack, Karma, deals damage based on the number of enemies that character has defeated. Oh my god. Shit. Let's get Riku out. I mean, the chef's knife's not going to be good. What's its immunities? It's immune to all the breaks. Riku's barely defeated anyone. Right, Riku, you're out. Let's pump Riku full of cheer. Let's get Yuna out to... Tidus might be able to attack, 'cause he's fairly agile. Okay, right. What's this? Oh, so he just was his counter-attack Karma? Bugger, was that his counter-attack? So he just counters everything. God, it's going to be some savage damage against Waka. That is for sure. Right, okay. Let's go Yuna. Or should we get Tidus? Let's get Tidus out. He's going to do white magic. Hasker. I'm curious to see how much damage he does to people now. That's a waste of Hasker, but should we just see? just want to see. I just want to see. This might kill him straight away, but I just want to see. This is going to be savage. He could kill all in one here. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. That's one waddle. Shit. Okay, this is going to be a lot of damage for Waka as well. Oh, Waka's defeated a lot of people. Let's get Yuna in. She can do protect against. Oh, whoops. Protect. I forgot she's got regen. Down. Oh, hold on. Protect's not physical. His counter-attack isn't physical, is it? That's a bit of a waste. Oh, well. What have we got here? Was he immune to threat? Can't remember. Let's have a look.
You don't want to move.
He's immune. Okay, right. Ouch. Uh-oh, 2 more waddles, we're in trouble. Okay, that's going to kill Waka, so we'll swap Waka out. Waka, rather. Meh. This could kill Tidus. Tidus has killed a lot of people. Okay, he's alright. We're going to go...
Cure us.
Have some of that. Whoa, that's so much. Down, 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 down. Should we use overdrive? Yeah, why not?
Too late to beg for mercy.
Nice. 6 grand, not too bad. This could kill Tidus though, unfortunately. It has killed him. Or I should still be alive. Life. Life. Oh, life. Uh-oh. I'm worried about this little... Could just, like, batter him out of the park. Although I think, no, he's immune to eject, isn't he? Still, we can still attack him with it. Oh, shit. Nice. Still alive, good. Let's get... Oh no, Waka's going to die if we bring him in. Let's keep Tidus on. Or could get Kamari in. Let's get Kamari in for a go. Oh, he didn't do much damage there. Kamari hasn't killed many though, so it should be alright. Oh, Yuna's got an overdrive, but I'm actually going to save that. Hold on. Could just use one Aeon. Let's get Valor 4 out. Hopefully this will kill him. I don't want to find out what his knife does. Right, bye, frog monk. Now that was just a random encounter. We should probably do sphere grid, shouldn't we? Right, what have we got here? Move. Oh, a little bit of evasion. Nice. Power sphere. Nice. More HP. Never say no to that. What is this? Sentinel. That sounds a bit like guard. Is it like an extra special version of guard? That's more damage or something. Is it? Oh, is it like counter guard? But he's already got counter attack on his sword, so it's a bit pointless. Fade by 4 points, that'd be pretty sweet. No. Waka, move. Might as well do Riku, just get some bit of agility. What is this? Ability bribe. Don't know what that is. Unit's got 3, sweet move. Oh, she gets HP, nice. And mana, yum 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 yum. Yes. Lovely bit of brekkie there. Now what is this down here? Quick pockets. I don't know what quick pockets is. Don't have to think about it now, though. Move. Physical defense. Take a bit of that. Oh, it's magic defense, sorry. Not physical defense. Okay, right. Turn to main menu. Yep. Oh, we should probably do some healing. That'll do. Can't see where I'm going. It's too dark. Oh my god, vicious. Let's batter this thing. Should we do dark attack? Immune to senses. Yes. So it's immune to senses. So let's get Lulu out. It looks like it's got a high magic defense by its colouring. Don't know why I think that, but that's what I think. Bio. Have some of that. Nah, it's not immune to poison. This looks fast, so I'm getting it tired it's on the go. Oh. Okay, didn't need to bother poisoning it. Oh, I didn't get the chest. Damn. Hey, good dodge. Let's get Rika in for a bit of experience. Why not? Let's do Mug. Oh, you cheeky little bastard. Oh, he's an agile mofo, isn't he? Let's not waste thunder. Although we could get an overkill. Okay, yeah, high magic defense. like a beast. Hold on, you've already got an overdrive. Now, it's probably going to dodge this, but who cares? Yeah, at least Orin's had a go now. Hey, Riku's killed it. What's this? Oh, it's just a torch. Oh, look at all that down there. This place is big. Alright, I'm going to flee now. Or actually, maybe. Just to see what sort of thing we get in these chests. I'm going to steal that chest. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! I was not expecting that. Right, we're running away. We'll leave Lulu's corpse as a distraction. You fought bravely, Lulu, but this is where we part ways. We can't flee? Oh no. It's making us fight it. Christ. Lulu's in a bad way. Oh my god. Sod this, summon. Just a normal summon. Battle of 4, come on. What? Why did it take so long to summon? Do, 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 do. Oh, I didn't do much damage. Oh, I should have attacked it with sonic wings again. I might have got stuck in that. Go on, dodge. Oh. God, give me another go. Damn! That thing does a lot of damage. Right, we've learned a valuable lesson. Don't go for chests in this bloody thing. Ty, let's get out of here. No, screw that. Waka, get out of here. Finish that little lizard bastard. 7 grand, have that. No, we need life. Now, I reckon this is going to have high magic protection. It's a mimic. That, wow. Jesus Christ. Can we steal it? Do you reckon if we steal from it, it'll fall apart? It's worth a try. Yep. Dark Buster. It's immune. Oh, Riku's dead in 1. Let's try Black Magic. Okay, with fire. Oh, that's the way. Right. It does physical attacks, so we're gonna do white magic. Gonna do Cura. That'll probably be enough. Keep Yuna alive. killed her in one. Shit. We're gonna get Titus out. Oh, and there's Waka got... Oh, Waka's injured. Okay, right. We're gonna go for... Item. Mega Phoenix. I don't really want to use a Mega Phoenix. Let's get both up. Titus has got another go. Item. Let's get... Right, at some point we need to get Lulu back in and start doing the magic damage. Right. What we want to do is, first thing we want to do is we want to protect Titus. Then we want to get Riku up. Dun, 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 dun. Then I'm going to do Haste Ga. Or maybe I just do Haste. Oh, let's not be shy. Haste Ga. Fuck it. I can always top up my MP if I need to. Then we're going to go for... Who's got more? Okay, then we're going to do Protect on Yuna herself. She still might die if she gets hit though, that's the only thing. But then we can use Riku to heal her. Right, magic. Okay, right. Protect on herself. Item. Hold on, we want to do special. Use our bed potion. And then because it's an item, she gets another go. She can do item. High potion on herself. Nice. Counter attack for 40. Okay, right. Then we're going to go special. White magic, protect. Actually, no, not even going to bother protecting. We're going to do. This is when we're going to Lulu in.
Well then, what next?
Let's do Elemental Fury, why not? I mean, it has got fire. So let's try ice. Nice. Pretty good. We're gonna get Yuna back in. She's gonna cast protection on Lulu. My magic haste. And we're gonna go. White magic cura. Let's get Waka in. He can at least do some sort of damage to it. Could do elemental reels. Might as well.
All right, you asked for it.
Doesn't really matter which one I do. Nice. Okay, I did bugger all. Maybe it did matter which element I did. Let's get Yuna in. Do white magic. Let's do some Cura. Oh god, she's only got 70 MP. Let's do Cura. It's gone for Waka. 154. It's barely worth it. White magic. Have we done protect? We haven't done protect on Waka, have we? No. Now, fire definitely did damage, so maybe I'll switch Waka to some sort of fireball. And do white magic. Cura. Should we summon someone? Try poisoning actually. Let's try that. I bet it will be where's Bio? Oh no, that's Lulu, isn't it? I haven't got enough. What else can I do here? Could summon, I suppose. What are we doing here? Could try a dark attack. Dark Buster. It's probably going to be a Mew. Yeah. Die. God, how many hit points has it got? Let's just keep Lulu topped up. Wish we had somebody else with magic. Let's do Prey. So I don't think it matters which spell we do. It's all similar sort of. Pray again. Lulu is hasted, isn't she? Well, we're not going to lose this fight now. It's just a question of. Do you know what? Might be. Should I? Oh, I can't bother to keep doing focuses. So I just want to get through this fight. Would save MP, but. Keep everybody topped up. Everyone is topped up. Great. Yes, it's dead. Well, that was a nasty surprise, but fortunately it was pretty rubbish with the attacks. In terms, it just had like one attack. Okay, that's just a dead end. Can I please run away from these things now? Titus. Flee, right.
I won't go so easy on you.
Okay, right, see you later, guys. we need to find a way out of here. Oh god, it's thick and fast with the
Live and let live.
with the randos. Aha! Where am I at
Say
the
your
moment?
prayers.
I've forgotten. Right, we're not opening that chest again. Yes. Evade encounter, my friend.
Live and let live.
Yeah, I can't remember where... Oh, I'm at Omega Ruins. That's where I am, isn't it? Flee, please. This is going around in a big circle. Oh, we've seen this before, but we've never actually fought it, and we're not going to
I
start
won't
now.
go so easy on you next time.
Right, the good news is we can swing back round to the save sphere. Now, do I want to go and fight this big boss? We're not going to get any further in the story this episode, I doubt. So maybe I might have a
I
quick
won't go
break
so easy on you next time.
and make a coffee and think while I'm making a coffee. But first, we're going to go into the save sphere.
Live and let live.
Right, let's save. Yes, I do want to save. Right, okay, right. I'm going to go and top up my coffee. It might be a decaf at this point in the day. And I'll be back in an instant. Right, I'm back, guys. And I actually ended up going to the corner shop to get some chocolate for Mrs. Brick, who's working hard today. And so it's my job to supply her with coffee and treats. So I've done that, and on my walk, I was thinking, I'm getting very distracted by, obviously this is like a big side thing, there's going to be a boss at the end of it. I really want to find out what happens in the story. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the Calmlands. I'm going to try and find this place where there is like extra bit of lore. And I think it was like to do with Lulu or summoning or something like that. I was getting a couple of different bits from different people. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to crack on with going back to Seymour, who's waiting patiently for us in Sin. I think that's what I'm going to do. And that might very well be the point of no return once I take on Seymour. But so be it. Like, if there was really sort of super interesting lore stuff that I've missed, I would have thought someone in the comments would have said, oh, maybe go here for some cool lore tidbits by now. So, we're going to go to the Calmlands. If for whatever reason at the end of this episode, because I won't have time to record another episode at this point, and you have the opportunity in the comments to say, wait, you've missed some really cool extra lore stuff, then go for it. But it might be too late by then. Right, so Calmlands.
You're counting on
List. Where are the Calmlands? Calmlands is here. Do you reckon there's a cool extra bit? So Calmlands is there. So this is the Calmlands. I wonder if there's like an extra place in the Calmlands. So this must be Mount Gagazet to the left. potentially to the right. That could be Mount Gagazet there. I know I've just gone back to searching. It's sort of addictive. Alright, I can't find any extra bits. Cool, okay, right, I'll stop doing that. Maybe off stream I'll locate all the other optional bits. Put that as a separate save, maybe? Oh no, who knows. Right, let's go list. Calmlands. Let's go.
Yeah, here we go.
Right. There's also something that I wanted to do before. Oh, good, we're here. I wanted to hire a chocobo because I remember there's a feather that I never checked out. So let's. What do we want to do first? So I think where I need to go. Let's do the lore first. It's chocobo over there. Is that where I need to go? It's the person where I rent chocobos from over to the... So I remember I saw someone standing still. Over... Oh, is this the person? Oh, yes, please. Yes. Thank God. Right, no random encounters now, I think. I've certainly never been attacked by anything while I'm riding a chocobo. Okay, great. Okay, right, so we can go and check out loads of stuff. Okay, so there's a feather over here that I've not forgotten about. Let's go, Choco. Oh, there's a little secret path here. Oh, look, there's another thing there as well. I assume that just makes me jump down, which I don't really want to do. But let's just have a quick look. So you're just going to jump down. What is this here? Am I going to lose my effing chocobo now? Oh, we're here. We've been here before, haven't we? Okay, but can I get past you to that save sphere? Do I have to... It's alive. Oh, I can cancel. Let's go back in. Oh, so the chocobo is waiting for me. That's good. Right, is this? This is an arena where you can train by battling fiends, but it's closed because all of the fiends escaped. So I need someone to catch specimens of every fiend in spirit for me. Okay. No. Okay, let's go back out here. Those weren't the droids I was looking for. So that's where I might need to go. Okay, so I might as well do this first. This leads to Mount Gagazet, right? Right, thanks, Choco. Right. So, Ah, right. Now, do I need to go down? I think I need to go down here, I reckon. So go across this bridge. That leads to Mount Gagazet. So, it's down here. Now, as I recall, there are two pathways. I can go right, which seemed like a bit of a long mission. But there's also this green option here. I never looked over here, so maybe this is where I need to go for the lore that people were telling me about. So let's do a cheeky little save. Oh, well, it was right there all this time. I've got decaf.
Where are we?
The faith is inside,
Ooh. What faith?
as are the fiends.
Come on, camera.
Hey, this where...
Can't spit it out.
Where? What?
The summoner I guarded on my first pilgrimage.
Oh my god. Is this who she was waiting for in the far plane, do you reckon? In that little optional bit that I got when I revisited the far plane, she's like, she's not here. The summoner must have died under Lulu's protection.
Died here.
That was perfect pausing. I said it just before she went, died here.
Yuna, let's go. The faith awaits.
So this isn't Lulu's first rodeo, as it were. Right, I wonder... Right, how... Oh, look, there's fast travel stuff. Oh, this is new. Okay, let's do a quick scan. What? Hit the correct eye for prizes. Okay. Okay, so it's not about killing it, it's about getting prizes. Okay. I wonder if scan does anything. Hit the correct target to win items. The wrong target ends the battle with a bang. Oh, right. Damage is substantial, so be sure to heal. 8 fabulous prizes in all while supplies last. Okay. Bingo. Obtain Phoenix Down. It's not that good. Let's do... skill. No, don't do mug. Does it matter if I do anything that doesn't do any damage? Yay! These Phoenix Downs are rubbish. It's just all random, I'm assuming. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, right, that's fine. We can live with that. A couple of Phoenix Downs. Not really worth it, is it? Maybe there's a great prize in one of the eyes. Let's do abilities. Let's heal everybody up. Right. Also, let's get Tidus back in. This is not alive. Look look at the fireflies. I'm really like noticing the fireflies everywhere now. Can I be bothered? Let's do steel from one of them, see what they give me. Silence grenade. Right, let's flee.
Live and let live.
I'm just here for the lore now, guys. Oh, look at this. This looks different. Look. Cool. Oh, no. Is it worth it trying with those things? I'm not sure if it is. All right, let's do another heal, and if those things come along again, I think I'm just going to give it a miss. Chest. Mega elixir, nice, that's good. How much XP is this going to give me? Not much, I reckon. Let's swap Riku out, because I just want to have... Tidus. Right. Do you reckon we can... have that. There you go. Whack out a bit of fun. I just want Tidus to have the first go. And then flee, if I want to.
What's a faith doing in a place like this?
Don't ask me.
They say it was stolen from a temple long ago.
Huh?
Is it the face statue
With
that they're
no
trapped
faith, summoners cannot train. Without training, they cannot call the final Aeon.
in? Although we're past that now.
Without the final Aeon, they cannot defeat sin.
Well, that's very negative. Now, obviously, you're supposed to discover this before we get to the point in the game that I'm at now. But I don't care, because it's amusing for me to think like this. That's very negative thinking, Auron. You know we can do it.
That is why.
'Cause then the summoner won't die.
That must be what the thief was thinking.
I kind of agree with him.
We got anything here? No. Oh, I remember these lads. Not today, guys, though.
Live and let live.
I want to know more about Lulu and her summoner that I'm sure she thinks she failed. Because what we've been told so far about like general summoners and Final Aeon isn't really relevant for me in this part of the game.
I'll be right back.
Bye! Dead end, probably a chest, hopefully. Yep, I think I just saw a chest. No.
Live and let live.
Yes. Level 2 key sphere, meh. Probably when I first came across this location but never explored it, that would have been a lot more useful.
I'll be right
So
back.
Tidus is definitely getting his fleeing workout on, that's for sure. That's a thing now, apparently. Oh, that's a new enemy, the purple things, I think. Anyway, we're not going to find out how bad or good they are because we're gone. Oh, there's a sphere there. Should we fight these guys? Go on. We'll fight them for old time's sake. Do power break. Oh, it's only got 2 grand. It's dead straight away. Ho! Overkill. Oh, Kamari's already there. Let's do... I reckon they've got massive magic protection. But they've probably got big physical protection as well. Let's do silence attack. Should we do scan? Or is it white magic? No elemental weaknesses, and physical attacks hardly hurt it. Cast Reflect on itself. If it's reflected is dispelled, it will retaliate with Bio, Osmose, and Drain. I think I saw it was immune to poison, sleep, darkness, zombie, petrification. Okay, right, cool. It's not immune to silence though. Oh, bastard. I forgot Kamari had a counter strike or evade and counter, whatever it is. Special. No, we want skill, science attack on the other lad. It's got high magic. Has it got high magic? I don't know. Let's find out.
So, how shall we do this?
Okay, it's no match. Farewell. Okay, right. I'm too over leveled for them to worry me now. Got a little cheeky chest around here. We have. Fortune sphere. Oh, that's good for luck. Can I be bothered to fight you? Not really. Tidus, you were once a tricky enemy.
Live and let
No
live.
more. Do, 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 do. Preemptive strike. Not on my watch.
Live and let live.
Oh, another chest. Don't mind if I do. Mega potion. Yep, that's pretty good. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's an owl bed thing. Yes. Volume 25. Oh, is why. Oh god, I've got such an itchy nose. I do apologise. You scum. You scum, stop attacking me. Okay, for that, I'm actually gonna effing batter you. Yeah, get that. Have some of this. Oh, you want fire, do you? I'll give you fire. I would have just run away. Instead, I did 3 overkills on you. You all saw it. They shot first. I suppose better safe just in case there's some terrible boss. Although, even if there is a boss, I think it will be fairly underlevel compared to me now. I wonder if Lulu's old client, old summoner friend has turned into a fiend here. Possible. There's certainly lots of unsent
Another
fireflies.
Guado fiend? No, an
Yeah,
unsent.
this will be the summoner.
It is. It's you.
This is why... Oh, this is interesting. This is why she wasn't on the far plane, because she wasn't sent. She was here. I wonder if... I'm assuming we're going to have to fight her now. I wonder if we had fought and defeated her in the chronology that the sort of game was designed, then when we revisited the far plane, when I did, we'd get a different cutscene with Lulu. Maybe she'd see the image of her former, of this summoner that she was supposed to protect. I bet that's what would happen.
Was it not, Lady Ginham? Forgive me.
I mean, how young were you? You're only supposed to be about 22 now, aren't you? She's supposed to be 22, but she speaks like she's about 42. 62. Yeah. Here we go.
Nah, I don't want to be sent.
There is no human left in you now, is there?
She's been sinified.
Very well then. Allow me to perform my last duty to you. My last as your guardian.
Yeah, do it better than last time, eh, Lulu? I'm such a bitch. Oh, cool. What's this? Is this her Aeon? It's got a cat! Guys, it's got a little cat dog. It looks like some sort of samurai Aeon. That's cool. I'm worried it's going to be really powerful, though. Okay, right. Let's brace ourselves for a tough fight here. Let's go... Let's get Titus House out for a nice haste go. Haste go. There's no point doing slow on that, because it's... I assume it's an Aeon. Which also means it's probably going to be immune... Yojimbo! Okay, that's really interesting, guys. Now, is anyone out there an Akira Kurosawa fan? The Japanese writer-director. He has done... This is really interesting, because one of his films was called Yojimbo, and it's about a itinerant samurai, well, Ronin, who comes into a warring village. That's really interesting. That's a little nod to Kurosawa there from the developers. That's so cool. See, the developers are really well versed on just, film and TV and book culture, like their references to Star Wars, Dune. Now we've got an Akira Kurosawa reference with Yojimbo, which is literally the name of one of his films. And he's an Aeon that's like a Ronin as well. That's very cool. Yeah. Anyway, I won't go on about it, but that's cool. Right. What am I doing? I'm totally thrown by I did not expect the Yojimbo reference in this game. Anyway, right, okay, concentrate, Brick. Yeah, it's immune to power break, but worth a try. Should we get... It's got a little cat. I want its little cat. It's probably going to have big magic protection, right? But let's see. You can't target the cat, and I wouldn't want to, quite frankly. Oh, crap. I forgot to do the twizzle. Still pretty good, though. Let's go. cheer. Yeah. Diagonal. Okay, yeah, it's doing very little damage. Oh, it's a little cute little jump up and it was almost like it was going. Oh. Let's do some more cheers. It's not building up its overdrive very fast either. That's 3 cheers. I might switch out to Waka. He's going to benefit from the cheers, isn't he? Yeah, go on. In you come, Waka. Oh, savage. Give him a little haste. Woof, woof. It's literally a cross between a cat and a dog, isn't it? He's nearly dead. He's sort of like bent over. I'm not even going to bother cheering. Pretty easy fight. I know I'm massively over leveled. Oh, did he have a katana as well? Yeah, yeah. It's clearly a Ronin.
Strange. I thought it would be sadder somehow. Maybe I've gotten used to farewells.
You're stronger now.
Literally, we are.
Waka, I hope you're right. Yuna, the faith is inside. Go do what you came to do.
I want to go back to the far. I want to go back to the far plane. I've just thought the faith is inside. Oh, we're gonna get the Ronin. Are we gonna get Yojimbo? Oh, there's so many question marks. Let's go to the Chamber of Faith, though. Oh, I think we are. Sweet. And we get his little cat dog as well. Cat dog. Yes, please let there be no trials. Come on. I think, yes, there's no trials. Please, please let that be true. That's the easiest prayer ever.
I am the blade of vengeance.
Oh, cool
You
it!
dare only whisper my name. Yojimbo.
Yo, Jimbo!
Summoner, I ask you, what do you want of me?
This is cool. Oh. I mean, to defeat the most powerful of enemies.
If you desire my strength, you must pay my price. Make your offer.
This, oh, have I got enough money? I don't think I've got enough money. This is so cool, guys, because, again, you'll know this if you've seen the film Yojimbo by Kurosawa. But in that film, he's this itinerant Ronin, like I was saying, but he plays each side off of one another. I'm going to sneeze. And he does that by, he only gives his services to each side by asking them for money. So he only does things if they pay him. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, I've almost got enough. So asking price, should we go? So that's 25,000. No, sorry, 250,000. Let's go for 180,000.
have a deal?
Have I got that enough? I haven't got that amount. We'll go for... You cleaned me out here, you Jimbo, but I really want you because you're super cool.
Adequate. You
Yes!
are my client henceforth. My sword shall guard you on your journey, summoner.
Yeah, this is so cool. I'm definitely keeping your name. Oh, I haven't got no money now. I think somebody at some point in the last couple of episodes in the comments said sell all your items that you don't want. But I don't know if that was in relation to exploring this area because they knew your Jimbo was coming up, or it was just some other advice, but I can see why now. Right. Do we want to go over here? Okay, we're going over here. Oh, that's so cool about the Yojimbo reference. Flexible arm, what's that? That sounds like a waka thing. It's going to be a really low level... No, it's not. Flexible arm. I mean, it's not going to be... No. It's not going to be that. Could be Riku. Could be Riku. Flexible arm, yeah. Oh, okay. That's actually fairly decent. 4 slots. Not going to use it, though. Sweet. Return. Oh, 2 chests. MP sphere. Return. Cool. This was totally worth it. I'm glad the people, because it's more than one person in the comments, said, "Oh, you should go and check this out." Glad you said that. We want to go back to the entrance. Right, let's get out of here, guys. I think it might be time. How are we doing? How are we doing? Hold on a sec, guys. I need to think about what I'm doing in terms of episodes. Right, guys. I thought about it. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be recording for. Probably maybe another couple of hours. So it's possible I'm going to end this episode here, keep you on a cliffhanger before I go back to Seymour. So if that is the case, I'll decide what I'll do with it in edit. But if that is the case, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. We're going to be taking on Seymour. See you later.